Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. The last two videos I made were interesting to say the least. Not easy stuff to talk about. So, why is it that I believe that we're facing destruction? That the United States will be destroyed? Because the Bible says so. Okay? This is just the way it is. Why do I believe that the rapture is the same day as the destruction? That has a lot to do with Noah, and that Jesus said it would be like the days of Noah and Lot, and that the moment the door closed and the opportunity to leave, to rise above, to be safe from the destruction, the moment that happened, the rains began. And yesterday's video with the clip from Martin Luther King's speech or sermon, the important point is not, but if he doesn't. But if he doesn't, we're still not going to worship what you worship. The important point to remember is that our faith has to carry us to that point. To that point where we're saying, look, even if it doesn't happen, we're still not going to do what you want us to do. We're still not going to live the way you live. Destruction is coming upon America because of the way the ungodly people in America live. The godly live godly lives. We do it because it's right. We do what's right because it's right. And many of us have been beaten into that position by our own mistakes. And we just finally woke up and went, wow, why am I living this way? And we reached out to God and He showed us how to live. So, we see what's coming. You don't see what's coming. But if you take time to even watch this video or other videos like it because you're fascinated, God is calling you to understand that destruction's coming across the whole world, but it's going to come to America first as a sign to the rest of the world. Fallen is Babylon. And so those three men that were in Babylon, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, their faith was tested all the way to the point where they said, look, even if he doesn't, we're still not going to do what you tell us to do. We have to follow what God says, even if it comes to our destruction. But the Bible clearly says through Paul that not all will sleep. Not all will be dead. Not all will be killed. Not all will be martyred. This will not happen to everyone. There is a section that this will not happen to. And then he immediately goes into talking about the rapture, that we'll be caught up alive to meet the Lord in the air, meeting the dead in Christ in the air. This will happen. And we may be pushed to the point where we're almost sure, are you really going to save us, Lord? And in that moment, He will. In that very moment. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego had to go into the furnace. It was there that God saved them. He didn't stop the king from putting them in. They went in, and they were saved. We may have to literally be there watching as the nuclear weapons go up. Now, why do I say that it'll happen as the nuclear weapons go up? Because when I was driving to my mother's house with my daughter in the car, she started drawing a picture. That was the picture in the last video. You can easily see a long cylindrical shaped object with the wings of a stork. It's Zechariah 5 is what she's drawing, and I know that. And it's at the website, anignosco.org. It's also going to be this picture right about here, as I think I'm going to put it in this video. And so that drawing happened in a matter of 20 minutes on a car ride. And I asked her, what are you drawing? In fact, you know what? I'm just going to let her talk. So let me pull this up.
What are you drawing?
Trying? I don't know.
You just started in the car this morning?
Uh-huh.
And Sunday we're going to church, right? Why don't you show them what you're drawing? So you got that, and What do you got there?
Well, that's a person going through a black hole into the white hole.
Mm-hmm. And what's the other one?
I don't know.
You have no idea what that thing right there is. Okay, well, I'm going to come back to you because I think I've seen that before in words in the Bible. You're sure you got no idea?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, we're in traffic, so I got to be smart about this. But yeah, I've seen that before. I know what that's described as. It's described in the Bible as Zechariah. And so a little later on, I'm gonna give an understanding of what I see she's drawn here, even though she doesn't know what she's. Are you sure you don't know?
I am sure. Definitely.
Well, why did you draw it?
I don't know.
Okay. What's today's date?
Today's date is...
It's June.
Yeah.
June 10th.
June 10th.
Sunday, June 10th, 2012.
It keeps cutting out on me.
Finished 4th grade and you're on your way to 5th grade.
Finished 4th grade and on her way to 5th grade, and she doesn't have the slightest clue what she's drawing. But if the picture's still right about here, what you're going to see on this side is that long cylindrical object, and then a man going through a black hole into a white hole, going from a kingdom of darkness where this is all dark on our side, and into a kingdom of light where it's all light on God's side. And so that's a vision of the rapture, and it happened in the car on the way to Grandma's house. So, and she has no clue what she's drawing. She just draws. It just comes out of her. So as the rockets go up with the nuclear material in them, we go up through the black hole, into the white hole, into that kingdom of light that God lives in. That's why I believe also that it's going to happen all at the same time, that we'll be pushed right to the edge of the furnace, and then he'll save us. And even if he does it, we're still not going to worship your idols. We're still not going to worship the idols of Babylon. And Babylon's going to be judged. Come out of her, my people. You know, we can't physically leave this place. We cannot come out of it. But spiritually, we can finally just say, no, I won't worship what you worship. I won't worship money. I won't worship power. I won't worship sex. I won't worship all the things that Hollywood promotes as being the end-all to be-all, which is what this country's pumped out for generation upon generation. It's a problem. It's a definite problem. But a tenth will be saved. America will be saved. America's going to be saved. But the wicked portions of America will evaporate in fire, will be burned up. And you don't want to be found. Come out of her, my people, that you be not judged for her iniquities. Come to Jesus. Change your mind. Be repentant of this lifestyle that we've all led. You know I've led it. I tithed to their system. I watched their movies. I gave money to their cinemas and promoted Hollywood's agenda just simply by going to the theater and giving them the money to continue. But I repented of that. And I repented of all ungodliness. Just read the Bible and do what it says. It's real simple. The churches are too screwed up to tell you this. I don't think there's one pastor out there that I can say is talking about this, and certainly not of the churches that I've gone to. And when I go and I say, this is what's happened in my daughter's life and my life, and this is what's going on, and this is what I see, they're like, ooh, you're a little too heavy for us. Well, look, folks, you got to get heavy. It's getting ugly here. It's getting real ugly here. We're on the verge of civil war. This could be the first time that America doesn't transfer power without violence. There was violence in the street just talking about, the other issues. I'm not even going to mention them. But we've already seen violence in the streets. How bad is it going to be when someone thinks they didn't get their president? Either side. It's got the potential to go really wrong, really fast. And God said that it would come to this, that America would be judged. I think I laid out how. As far as the nuclear weapons and the rapture on the same day. Believe that's very much like Noah. Shut the door on the ark and the rains came. Took the holy people out of the way and down came judgment, just like Lot. You got Lot out of Sodom and it rained fire. It's another thing, Hollywood movie, Greyhound, I believe it's called. And it's with Tom Hanks. And if you watch the trailer for it, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And he says, we're going to rain hell from above. Okay? Interesting that he being definitely, if he's not a Freemason, he's allied with them so heavily. If you watch, what is it? Huge movie. Everybody knows it. Gump. Bubba Gump, or whatever that movie was. Forrest Gump. If you watch Forrest Gump, and he's saying goodbye to Jenny as she's on the bus, and she's looking out the window at him, and he's standing in front of the reflecting pond with the obelisk, the Egyptian obelisk behind him, the penis of Ra, excuse me, I'm going to edit that out. He's standing with the obelisk behind him, the monument to Ra, the sun god. He stands there and he gives her a peace sign. And we see this one here, but what we don't see is the other hand down here. As above, so below. Same signal, same signal. That's what he does. And just for a half a second, it's almost subliminal. But if you freeze frame on that, you'll see it. And he's giving the Masonic satanic sign. As above, so below. This is creepy stuff, folks. And it's everywhere. And God's tired of it. And he's going to put an end to it, at least in this country. And then he's going to address the rest of the world. So, get right, get with Jesus, do it today. We don't know when President Trump's going to say, look, I'm not leaving office, and the riots begin, and the troops hit the streets, and the UN gets called, and the countries of the world who would love nothing more than to have their troops on our soil get to put their troops on our soil, because the losing side said, we need your help. We need the world to step in like in the Arab Spring and come help us. And we invite our own destruction on our land through foreign troops. It's a very real scenario. I pray to God that it doesn't happen that way, but one way or another, America will be judged. I just hate to be the guy that has to say it. But God will save those who are with him. Get with God. Get with Jesus. Make your decision today. You're running out of time. God bless and take care.